Our article discussed how the Canadian dollar has been decreasing in value and how it has ultimately affected how the NHL pays the 7 Canadian teams. The league has to face problems with the players' paychecks being decreased due to the percent of their salaries being held in escrow. And as the loonie drops, they suggest that the NHL could lose up to $1.2 million in revenue. Because of this, some players' payments are being held in escrow to ensure that the owners are paid enough. And as a result, the players' checks are decreasing.
Sports, including hockey, are a big part of Canadian culture and tradition. Also, Canada's geography largely impacts exports. Canada is ranked 12th in terms of leading exports, according to a survey done by Global Edge involving 136 countries. The Canadian Encyclopedia says that the center of Canada's market is located in southern Ontario and southwestern Quebec. Both of these territories border the U.S. along the St. Lawrence River and the Great Lakes. This has been a reason for these cities to thrive in the Canadian market. Approximately 90% of Canada's population resides within 100 miles of the U.S. border according to World Bank. Because of their close proximity, Canada and the United States influence each other in many areas of business.
The class division in Canada is Carolina Educational Participation Rate. However, no matter the class, hockey is still known as Canada's national winter sport that brings the country together. All children are taught the game, however, even the NHL games can be a class expression of the more wealthy. Canadian sport policy has been in effect to make sure sports have a positive impact on the lives of Canadians, the community, and the country. The objective of this policy is to increase the number of Canadians playing sports. The policy does this by introducing sports skills and knowledge, providing recreational, competitive, and high-performance sports, and using sports for social and economic development. With this policy, we can ensure that Canadians value sports as part of their culture. Although the value of the loonie has decreased, the value of Canadian hockey fans has.
In the late 1900s, Canada began to experience great economic growth through the 1989 and 1994 free trade agreements. Essentially, all of North America agreed to have free trade between each other so that there would be greater economic growth for all the parties. After these trade agreements, Canada began to move towards a more industrial and service-type economy, which led to greater economic growth and a higher value for the loonie. But the United States makes up about 75% of their exports, which can lead to a problem because the NHL is comprised of teams from America and teams from Canada. And since the recession of 2008, Canada has begun to incorporate deficit spending into their budget. The reason for this is because the United States began to import less from Canada due to the recession of the world. Although Canada has had a small marginal increase in their economic growth throughout the past 8 years, they're spending more than what they are able to bring back in. So the economic history and present state of Canada vastly affects the NHL's revenue growth as about which means the NHL is losing vast amounts of revenue.
According to the Gear-Hofstede characteristics, Canada displays a moderately low power distance, high individualism, a moderate masculinity, accepting of uncertainty, long-term orientation, and a high indulgence. The characteristic most relevant to our article is masculinity. As a moderately masculine society, Canadians strive to retain high standards of performance in both work and play, including sports, and the overall cultural tone is more subdued with respect to achievement and winning. Masculinity is most relevant to our article because there is a cultural importance placed on sports, specifically hockey. Hockey in Canada reflects the Canadian culture as well as its tendency to celebrate winning and high performance goals.